Mommy Pig is pregnant for the 4th time. Yes, you heard that right. There's a real chance that Peppa's new little sister might not actually be the 3rd child in the pig family. And no, we're not talking about that evil twin theory.
Whoops!
But have you ever noticed that there might be a missing child in the pig family who never actually showed up in the cartoon? Have you ever noticed that computer Mommy Pig gave to Grandpa Pig? Well, besides being such an outdated model that it can't even run YouTube properly, it hides one of the biggest secrets of the pig family. Inside it, there's a little game where chickens lay eggs, which is already weird enough. But the real drama is on the start screen of the game, where the high scoreboard shows up. And there you'll find the coded names of the players. GEO is George, PEP is Peppa, GNP is Grandma Pig, GPP is Grandpa Pig, MMP is Mommy Pig, and even Susie shows up as SUs. But at the very end of the list, there's a mysterious name, OOP. Who is OOP? The obscure over-the-shoulder pal of Peppa? The outlandish ogre of Easter? Nothing makes sense yet. And the weirdest part, OOP's score is 142. Was it just a random number they put in? Or could there be a hidden meaning behind it? If you're an FBI-level Peppa fan, you know that episode 142 is exactly the one with the Bunny sisters, where one gets hurt and the other has to take her place. That's way too specific to be random. Peppa has tons of episodes about muddy puddles, but that exact number leads to a story about sisters switching roles. This smells like a hidden clue. So hold on tight, because today we're going to investigate everything about Peppa's possible lost sister. And no, it's not some evil twin or anything like that. Get your conspiracy theory boards ready, subscribe to the channel, and let's go on another new episode of Zigzag Peppa Pig. And Bluey are basically the Avengers of the kids' cartoon world. Everybody knows them, everybody loves them, and there's always some crazy theory going around. But while Bluey has already confirmed that Chili had a child before Bluey was born, complete with Bandit's sad look and everything, in Peppa, it's way more subtle. Like, blink and you'll miss the clue level subtle. But there's one episode of Peppa's Special Tales that raises eyebrows even from people who thought this show was just about jumping in muddy puddles. In it, Peppa sees an old video of herself as a baby and suddenly decides to pretend she's pregnant. The vibe is similar to that play from Bluey and Bingo, except this ending is way weirder. Instead of using a balloon like in the Bluey episode, Peppa shoves a pillow under her shirt and starts giving her belly a massage. But then the pillow falls to the floor and Peppa's expression changes instantly. It's like that awkward silence when someone makes a bad joke at a family lunch. Even George looks uncomfortable. It seems like in Peppa's little imagination play, the baby kind of fell out of her belly by accident. And it only gets worse. Later in the episode, she asks Mommy Pig what pregnant people usually do. And the response is a look so lost, it feels like she just unlocked an old trauma. And the ending? Auntie Pig shows up with baby Alexander, and Peppa just pulls the pillow out of her shirt, drops it on the floor, and swaps it for her cousin. Dude, is that or is that not the weirdest metaphor for losing a child and replacing it with another? That episode felt like a sketch written by Jordan Peele. There's an episode called The Olden Days that, if you watch it with detective eyes, almost feels like a clue to a family secret. Susie shows up with a photo of herself as a baby, and Peppa just doesn't recognize her friend. The two start arguing, and Peppa blurts out that she was never a baby, like she was born already saying dinosaur. Susie gives her a basic biology lesson, and Peppa goes to confirm with Mummy Pig, who shows her a photo of her as a newborn. But then comes the weird detail. Daddy Pig says that photo was taken the day they moved into their current house, and when the moving day scene shows up, there's a piglet in the back seat of the car, with no car seat. But the show itself has already gotten in trouble before for showing a child without a car seat. So there's no way that piglet is Peppa, which means that was another child. A little piggy lost in Peppa's timeline, a sister forgotten in the olden days. Don't be forgotten like Peppa's sister. Type the hashtag Peppa in the comments so we can see you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's a hidden detail in Peppa's backyard that might be sadder than it looks. One day, she asks why there are no more flowers there, and Daddy Pig says something like, "Oh, the soil wasn't good enough." But no kid's cartoon is going to turn to the camera and say, infertility, right? Still, the subtext is right there, clear as day. Mummy Pig might have trouble having children. And to reinforce the idea, in the same episode, Daddy Pig tries to put a flower vase on a shelf, but the vase breaks before it gets there. In other words, even if the soil were good, there wouldn't be anywhere to place the flower. Heavy stuff, huh? Feels like something straight out of a Pixar script. Now add that to the time capsule episode, where they show an old video of Mummy Pig as a child wearing a flowery dress. And right next to her is her future husband, Daddy Pig. But notice, Grandpa Pig wanted flowers in the garden, in a place where flowers don't grow. It's almost poetic. All this symbolism suggests that maybe Mummy Pig struggles with motherhood, just like Chili's sister in Bluey, who's also distant from her family. It's all connected. And speaking of the aunts, Auntie Dottie from PEPPA is basically the British version of Aunt Brandy from Bluey. Both of them live far away, miss birthdays, and send gifts that feel more like punishment. Brandy gave Bluey a zebra costume, while Bingo turned into a hyperactive little leopard, and Auntie Dottie gave a horse on wheels to a child in a neighborhood full of hills. That wasn't a gift, that was a Mario Kart trap. And worse, it seems like she did it on purpose, maybe out of bitterness from something in the past. There's a photo in Daddy Pig's office that shows him next to Auntie Dottie even before he met Mummy Pig. Coincidence? Maybe. But what if Dottie liked him and lost her chance because she couldn't have children? And remember how in this universe there's only one pig family? They're literally the last generation of the species. If this were The Last of Us, Peppa would be Ellie.
I'm gonna be a dad. Yeah.
And there's more. In the TV studio episode, we find out that Peppa's family is being filmed all the time. The whole world is watching, rooting for these little pigs to survive. Since I've been talking about pig infertility this whole time, we have to make the comparison with Miss Rabbit, for example. Everywhere you look, there's one of her, and even at Peppa's school, there's a rabbit just hanging around. That's because rabbits are naturally super fertile, even in real life. In real life, a sow can easily have 10 or 12 piglets. But in Peppa's family, how many are there? 2. Mummy Pig only had Peppa and George. Well, now there's Evie too, which must have been literally a miracle. Auntie Pig also had 2, Chloe and Alexander. And after that, complete silence on the pig maternity front. No cousins, no random piglets at the playground, not even a background character with a pink snout. Nothing. So take advantage of the fact that no piglets are watching and subscribe to the channel. Don't be left out like Peppa's relatives. If we put all the clues together, it seems like there really is a silent illness affecting the little pigs in Peppa's world. And Mummy Pig's family hasn't escaped it. She managed to have children, but each pregnancy seems to be a battle. Maybe she and Daddy Pig have been trying to have another baby since the beginning of the series, and only now it finally worked. And even so, we still don't know if it's going to end well. It could be that Peppa's sister was already born and didn't survive, or that she's still going to be born, but with some health problem. Just like George, who clearly has some difficulties communicating. It's sad to think about this in such a colorful show full of giggles, but sometimes, even in a world made of muddy puddles, real life finds a way in. And when that happens, we realize that even the silliest stories can hide truths that deserve to be heard.